Brothers and sisters, this is Victor Callender. Today is the 10th of July, 2025. It is now 2037 or 8:37 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm coming to you to have, as usual, a discussion with reference to a speech given by the Prime Minister of Barbados today, I believe somewhere in Antigua, with reference to the woes in West Indies cricket. And I want to say to my Prime Minister of Barbados that that is a touchy subject at best because it is a microcosm of the macrocosm, micro of the macro Prime Minister. You see, the same thing that exists in cricket at the micro level exists in politics at the macro level. The young guys playing cricket today no longer want to take advice from the elder statesmen of cricket. Pretty much like politicians in both parties in Barbados, the Barbados Labour Party and the Democratic Labour Party, don't want to take advice from the citizenry of Barbados. And as a result, we have organized chaos. We are organized dysfunctional across the board, Prime Minister. So we, the people, allow for organized dysfunctionality. And what happens as a result of organized dysfunctionality in cricket is the brand being totally destroyed. The cricketing brand that was once venerated and august no longer is venerated or is august. And as a reflection of that, we have the greatest level of mediocrity that one could ever see being played now. Players with their jewelry and sunglasses and the money that they make from different formats of the game have no desire whatever for God, family, and country. It is about them and theirs and the fact that they have arrived once they've made it to the largest stages of cricket, whether it be in India, Test cricket, or whatever. Prime Minister. Same thing with politicians. Once elected Prime Minister, most of them no longer feel the need to go out into their constituencies and to listen to the people who got them elected, who got them to go to Parliament. So when you speak in Antigua, Prime Minister, about West Indies cricket, the micro, you're speaking about the political conundrum, the macro, that faces the people of Barbados as a whole. Now you regionalize it by speaking about the regional um, iteration of West Indies cricket as it references the board. A Prime Minister, every last one of them need to go. The cricket board, the selectors, most of the players, the level, the brand that they offer the people of the West Indies for their national pastime, which once was cricket, has been watered down. Um, very, very badly watered down. And it is indecent to offer that brand to the people of the West Indies, a people who came from slavery, to bring to them what they now have. So I would contend, change the whole thing, Prime Minister. Change the whole thing. Had something in my throat, so I had to take a little break there. I don't know if this can be spliced together. I made one. But as a result, Prime Minister, we've had inferior branding in West Indies cricket for so long that cricket now mirrors society. It mirrors society. And we have become accustomed to making excuses when really we should be looking at the truth, which stares us in our faces as we look in the mirror and recognize that we should be trying to improve. We're not trying to improve at all. We have committed to, I'm speaking now West Indies cricket, to nothingness, losing test matches in 3 days, not putting up a fight, no cricketing virility, no cricketing hubris, no ability to concentrate, all panoramic views of what our society has become as it references young men who, um, not all, but quite a few, commit to second class citizenship as if it's a feather in their cap or a badge of honor, rather than try to seek out some form of excellence. And by the way, the definition of excellence, as you may well know, I don't need to lecture you, Prime Minister, is doing the right thing when nobody is looking. We haven't embraced that tenet, and we continue to spiral into the decadence of second class quagmireship and citizenship. And that's the brand that the people of the West Indies have been subjected to now for quite a reasonable period of time. So much so that the stalwarts of cricket, who many other nations around the world would hire and seek out for advice gladly, the West Indies cricket authorities, those in charge, don't seek out our own. Our own have to go overseas. The stalwarts, the Sir Viv Richards, the Desmond Haynes, the Clive Lloyds, the Gordon Greenidges, the Alvin Kelly Chirans, and the fast bowlers, the Ambroses, and others, and make money. They have to go overseas and seek out the Michael Holdens. All these stalwarts are still alive, and rather than employing them, having national clinics um, across the Caribbean to have these people come in and teach the philosophy of the game, the psychology of the game, the history of the game. We carry a hodgepodge potpourri of nonsense to the cricket fields all over the West Indies and expect the people of the West Indies to accept that brand. Same thing, same business, same day, same bowl, same soup, Prime Minister. Same thing with a two-party political system, you know. Again, my argument is a two-tiered argument and a two-tiered suggestion. I feel politicians should be term limited and that politics should be premised on a meritocracy. It should be a meritocracy system where people can't go to parliament and sit on their lazy asses for years upon years upon years with no legislative contribution and just get a paycheck. Barbadians can't do that. The regular Barbadian, wherever they work, whether it is the civil service, the private sector, they're expected to merit to earn their pay. But we have people that don't merit it in politics. The politicians are not setting the example. Prime Minister, they're the example. I could go if we conducted a scientific poll, Prime Minister, I would venture to say that people sitting in the House of Assembly right now, 30 people, right? 29 plus one. Very limited contribution from the majority. Very limited contribution from the majority. Three fifths. So three fifths of 30. You don't have three fifths of 30. Three fifths of 30 making a meaningful contribution legislatively in the House of Assembly of Barbados. Do not. But they get paychecks. Why? So term limits would be the best solution. Best solution to end the dastardly deed that faces. And as far as cricket goes, find a way to do the same. Seriously rotate the management of cricket, just like you rotate the heads of regional governments at CARICOM level. Do the same thing in cricket. Change their headquarters every so often, maybe every 3 years or 5 years, so that that level of cricketer insularity to some extent can be gotten rid of. There's no reason at all why some players still continue to have caps in the West Indies team. They do not produce. If you're not producing, why are you still playing? So if you're a Barbadian, Guyanese, Trinidadian, Jamaican, Antiguan, Vincentian, Dominican, whomever, and you're not producing, you shouldn't be in the team. You should have a finite period of time, and after that, you should be thanked for your service and pass the maroon hat to somebody else. Politics is the same thing. You have people sitting in there for whatever reason, no contribution. Some who have been ministers and you, Prime Minister, have sought to remove them, or they have sought to remove themselves, but they have no contribution at all to Parliament except showing up and getting a paycheck. They're not, they don't have ministerial portfolios. Not everybody could be a minister, granted, but what is the purpose, Prime Minister? So as you speak in Antigua with reference to the state of affairs in cricket, look at the state of affairs in politics as it relates to our beloved island nation and the decadence and decay politically that has occurred. We're supposed to have a two-party system, but we only have a one-party system. One-party system that is seriously on its last leg as far as democracy is concerned. And none of us should be proud of that. You want to have robust political debate, Prime Minister. You want to have robust ideas, not stifled ideas, robust political debate. And it is not your fault that the Democratic Labour Party is impotent. That is not your fault, but it is impotent. And we should be seeking out the best and brightest of young Barbadians to, you know, ascend up the political ladder to leadership one day. As you know, your political days are not um, plentiful as before. I mean, you are in your political sunset. I'm not wishing bad for you. You've been a good steward of the government's business and a good prime minister, probably the best in our lifetime as far as I'm concerned. But your ideal goal should be to develop youngsters who can lead Barbados as you and me, you know, as I as we age, Prime Minister. There's not that. We are in a pedestrian state of affairs as it references these um, these issues. And West Indies cricket should have known and prepared for this long time ago. Everybody else did, but we are caught holding the bat and wishing on a star. Sometimes wishing on a star, Prime Minister, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but we also have to have contingencies. And we lack the contingencies to provide the best brand. It's about branding and giving the gift of talent to the people of the West Indies so that they may come back to these ovals and watch good games of cricket. At least watch people willing to make an effort to win, not conceding away and acquiescing away the history of the West Indies, the vaulted history of West Indies cricket. It is pathetic, sad to watch everywhere. It is disgraceful, as a matter of fact. Um, no fighting spirit in West Indians. People who are the children, the the ancestral lineage of slavery still running through our DNA, and we act as if that means nothing, as if we shouldn't at least have the fighting spirit that the ancestors had and the desire for betterment. Sad, sad, sad. It's a sad day, and it's a day that we need to speak about in honesty and in earnest, Prime Minister. So I am glad that you talk about the administrative end of the cricketing ideal, but it is deeper than that. It goes to the psychology of it. And like CLR James said, it goes beyond the boundary, Prime Minister, beyond the boundary. So I would offer to all those who would listen to my voice, CLR James, Michael Manley, anything, Dr. Eric Williams, you yourself, Prime Minister, in your eloquence and your authorship of what the game should be, that people read and listen to people like yourself, and they're able to grasp the necessity to play the game at its highest level. If you wear that uniform, if you don that uniform, you get to wear that purple hat, that maroon hat. You get to wear that maroon hat. It should be the greatest engagement of your life beyond, of course, having a child of your own or being married or something as auspicious as that. But to wear it and to disgrace it is indeed a sad, sad day. Sad, sad day for West Indies cricket. Same thing with politics. To sit in the venerable institution that is known as the Barbados House of Assembly, one of the oldest of its type in this hemisphere, and to disgrace that opportunity and that responsibility by being a do it little bit politician, to do a little bit every single day that you go to Parliament, to have no voice legislatively for the people of Barbados, has indeed done a disservice to them and continues to do a disservice to them. That is all I have to say about that. I hope that wherever we are as Barbadians, as West Indians, that we would seek out excellence. Remember, it is doing the right thing when no one is looking, every single time when no one is looking. Be excellent because the ancestors had to have been excellent in order for us to be where we are today.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.